Um, well, what happened today is that Elijah Dickens, um, 22-year-old young man that became a hero today. Became a hero and took out a mass shooter. Took a few shots, took him down, boom, done. But I wouldn't put it past the media for calling this guy the next Kyle Rittenhouse, which is would be a real low blow. Because Kyle Rittenhouse was running for his life. And he was not about to go down without a fight. And now this would be a very big mistake of the media, because the media is like this with politicians, bar none. Now, the other night, a mother and her two children were shot at by a crazy gunman. And after a 6-hour standoff, police snipers took them out. Then the next day, BLM came out to protest, which would be a very bad time to do so, because they would say, well, we want justice for this guy. We want justice. Why? Why do you want justice for a guy that tried to kill somebody but was taken out by a sniper after a 6-hour standoff? Now, this young man, 22 years old, took out a mass shooter. Because he was carrying a lawful, constitutional carry concealed weapon. But of course, the media is probably going to call him a bunch of names, the next Kyle Rittenhouse, white supremacist, all kinds of crap, all this bullshit that the media would probably do, always done to people like him and Kyle Rittenhouse and other people like that, heroes. So, now, I would call this guy a hero. I would. Because he saved the day, taking out a mass shooter. I tip my hat off to the guy. Doing what needs to be done and what's needed. So I would say more of that you might want to think before you say anything stupid by putting your foot in your mouth. And honestly, it would be a bad idea to even open your mouth about this guy saying anything stupid, But the police chief said the day was saved by a citizen who was lawfully carrying a concealed weapon, constitutionally protected activity. Is right. Now here's the thing: Democrats hate the Second Amendment, and they're gonna try in every which way but loose to make sure you, the citizens, are not armed. Now, see, they can have armed security all they want, but they want you to be unarmed. Sorry, it ain't gonna happen. Now, let's also break this down. Okay? For years, there's always been black on black crime. For years. Always have been, always will have black on black crime. Now, someone from BLM said there's no such thing as black on black crime. You're wrong, young lady. You're wrong. There has been for years, for decades, because of gangs. Do you think gangs are going to hand over their weapons? No. Why? Because they're going to need them. They're going to use them. And they're going to do some stupid shit with them because the guns they have are illegal, are illegally possessed, illegally owned. Now, let's break it down here. How many gang shootings has been in the last 42 years? Lots of shootings. There's been shootings between black gangs, Latino gangs, Asian gangs, bar none. No bullshit. Okay. Now, you ask yourself, how can that be? Well, you have Hispanic gangs that are rivals. You have black gangs that are rivals. Crips and the Bloods. You have gangs like the Latin Kings, who have been known to shoot, have a firefight with the East Coast Bloods and the East Coast Crips. You have mafia people shooting at each other. Rival families. Some Italian, some Puerto Rican, some Hispanic. But you have to really break it down by statistics here. Now, when there's a shooting between two black guys, both shot dead, does BLM come out here and protest? No, because protesting over two black guys shooting from the opposite gangs is not their agenda. See, their agenda is, if a black guy or a woman or a child or whatever gets shot by a cop, then that's their agenda. They want to defund the police. Well, I say, let's continue funding the police, and hopefully these dumbasses will do what's necessary, and that is comply. If you comply, you won't get shot. You won't get tasered up the ass. Hey, look, be smart about it. Okay, be smart. Be smart. Don't be dumb. Now, a cop will shoot anybody, no matter what color they are. If you could just comply and not get stupid, you won't get shot, you won't get tased, all kind of crap, all that bullshit there. More likely that they'll probably morally not comply and would rather take an officer, which, guess what? You have an assault on an officer charge on your ass, which probably will end up in jail for maybe about half a year or so, because you want to be a prick and not comply, because, you want to be a prick. Now, the reason that young, black, Hispanic, even white You know, even white kids are in gangs because of a broken home. Single mom raising the kids. You know, no dad in the house, whether he's in jail, dead, or ain't man enough to be a dad, help raise a family, decides to just go off and be with some other tramp. But it takes a man to raise a child, help raise a child. A real man would do that. But the youth has no father figure in the home, has a mom raised by a single mother. Now, in the black community, single mother rating has gone up to 75% because of Democrats, because of LBJ. Now, the way it happens is, if you want welfare, the dad has to leave the home. The dad cannot be allowed in the house with the mom because the mom is going to get welfare while the dad is going to be homeless and no job. Nowhere to go, but he has to find a place to live, or mommy ain't going to get her welfare. That's how they control the community. It's here. We'll give you this if you remove the sole provider from the home. They'll be able for you to raise your kids without the dad in the home. Now, that's same with Hispanic families. Single mom, dad ain't man up to dad leaves the family, don't come back. Now joins a gang. Why? Needs to be want to be part of a family. Which gang is not really a family, it's more of a criminal organization. You know, and whether you come from a broken home or not, the youth joins a gang. No matter whatever the home life is like. You know. So, but at times you gotta wonder, you know, why. I mean, you have a family, you got mom and dad, siblings. Why join a gang? It's intoxicating. Don't care. Go home. Get a life. Get a education. Now, when I mentioned that the dad ain't man enough to take care of help with the kids, but he's man enough to knock up the mom. The only time the dad comes back is when the son is doing good for himself. He's getting an education. He's in sports, and he's doing pretty good in football, baseball, or basketball. And he's pretty good to go to a Division 1A college where he got a full ride scholarship, and when he plays for 4 years, gets a chance to get drafted. Scouts are looking at him. Draft comes around, and here comes deadbeat dad. Proud of his son, but wasn't his life for 16, 17 years of his life. Why? Because he chose to be a loser and a deadbeat dad, and lost his man card because another man swooped up, helped the mom take care of the kid, become a father figure to the son. Guess what, deadbeat dad? You ain't in the picture no more. You've been replaced. And deadbeat dad is question by work, like, what? How? Who the hell are you? I thought. He was a dad. No, I'm the dad. Well, where you been? Like, where you been? Well, I've been losing my whole life. I wasn't man enough, but I was man enough to knock up his mom, but not man enough to help raise a kid. But yet he's with some other skanky bitch, and they got umpteen kids with no. Now, I mean, this is where it breaks down to responsibility and accountability. Now I mentioned earlier today that about the shooting that was almost killed a mom and her 2 kids. Now, I mentioned that don't blame the mom. don't blame the police. The shooter got what he asked for. Okay, but yet BLM wants to make it an agenda. They want justice for the guy. Why do you want justice for a guy that tried to kill a mom and her 2 daughters? I mean, the mom is of color herself. Her daughters are of color themselves too. So why harass the mom? You know, she's a victim. The shooter wasn't a victim; he was the victimizer. No, you can't blame the shooter. I mean the mom, but you can't blame the shooter. The shooter wanted to shoot somebody. He wanted to kill somebody. But yet, this dumb shits we want justice for the shooter. Ain't gonna happen. If he was alive, you ain't gonna get it, because he's going to jail. Why? Attempted murder of the mom and her 2 kids. So, good luck getting justice, because you ain't going to get it, because it ain't about you. Because every time when there's a shooting, fake as BLM protesters come out, want to be about them, which really, I couldn't give a fuck about them. Because they want the shooting to be their agenda. Oh, a cop killed a black guy. Oh, we want justice. No, it ain't gonna happen. And let's not try to George Floyd it, because the shooter was actually trying to kill somebody, you stupid fucks. Okay? So, the guy's dead. He tried to kill a mom and her kids, but they want to have an agenda where they want justice. No. Not going to happen. It will never happen. Stop making it about you. It's not about you. Good luck trying to make it about you, because guess what? It ain't about you, so go fuck yourself. Elevator, how you doing, elevator? How you doing, viewer? How's your day gone? Mine went well. Nice day. Saw the chiropractor. Pretty good, man. Did a pretty good job. Now that's over with. Now I want to hear your opinion on this matter here. Today, Elijah Dickin is a hero today. 22 years old, concealed carry, took out a mass shooter with a couple of shots. And, but the media is going to call this guy a white supremacist, probably, or mostly, the next Kyle Rittenhouse, yada yada bullshit, go fuck yourself, that kind of crap. But again, let's break this down, okay? All of it. The only time that you hear about a black person getting shot, if it's a black on black crime, or if someone of color gets shot, or was a shooter. Okay, come out. Example number 1: the Pagoda, the elderly man from New York who was attacked and stabbed a black guy in self-defense. The DA wants to try this elderly man who's just running a little store. Okay, now here it all happens. Okay, here's what happened. The mother, this young lady, tried to use her card to pay for some items. Card was denied. So this little cunt went to her man, brought her man. Then her man was dumb enough to get behind the counter attacked the guy, punched the guy, pushed the guy, then it literally pushed the guy. Then the elderly man grabbed a knife and stuck the motherfucker in his chest and neck, killing him in self-defense. But the DA wants to try the guy, try him, convict him for what? Murder of what? A black guy. No, the self-defense from a black guy who's a criminal. Now, don't say race has anything to do with it, because the elderly man was Hispanic. And the guy that tried to hurt him was a tall black guy. 20-year-old black guy has no clue how dumb he is. No. Elderly man in his 60s stabbed the guy in his neck and chest in self-defense. The guy was asking for it because this young skanky bitch was so upset. My card's denied. Oh my God, I got my man. Brings the guy in, attacks the guy. Then what happens? He dies himself. Why? Because he was dumb enough to bully this elderly man. All of a sudden, elderly man stabs him in self-defense. Now, the DA is still wanting to try the elderly man for murder. It's not murder. Self-defense is not murder. Self-defense is still self-defense. Now, what would happen if the mom of the two kids brought out her .44 mag and blew the guy away? Put 2 rounds to his chest. Then, all of a sudden, BLM will be like, we want justice. Why do you want justice for a guy who tried to kill a mom and her 2 kids? Then all of a sudden, for example, the guy's trying to kill the mom pulls out her .44 mag, pop, the guy shot twice in the chest, he's fucking dead on the doorstep with a gun in his hand. And her house is really with bullet holes and shit. That will be considered self-defense, because self-defense is not murder. It's defending yourself against a criminal asshole who is mentally malfunctioning and has a gun in his hand, wanting to kill somebody, don't care who the fuck it is. Now I know some of you are probably not gonna like what I'm saying, but it's a fact. Self-defense is not murder. Self-defense is defending yourself against stupidity. Period. A good offender is a dead offender. That's my opinion. Because it's self-defense. Now, the mom didn't have a gun. She was unarmed, making dinner for her and her kids. What happened? The guy, malfunctioning with a weapon, shoots inside her apartment. Her apartment looks like hell arrived in her home. No place to go. Her house, her place to live, is a crime scene. Holy fucking shit. But if she's ever evicted, she could sue the landlord. Oh yeah. She could get a good lawyer and sue the landlord. Now, BLM is going to push this as a black man shot by a cop bullshit. That's their agenda. That's how they make their money in lying. False protesting, period. Because This is how they make their money. Yeah. BLM make their money on falsifying protests. We want justice. Too late. Go home. Go fuck yourself. Hey viewer, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, viewer? I know you're watching, but I want to ask you a question. Well, I guess not. Okay, viewer, I want to ask you a question. Do you think, that BLM, by going after the mob, was it a really bad choice? Do you think that this is a continue of their agenda? Even though he tried to kill the mom and her daughters? Now, this guy was shot and killed after a 6-hour standoff. Wouldn't budge. They tried to get his parents out to hopefully bring him out alive, so they could take him alive. You know, but after 6 hours, the guy wasn't going to budge, but he was taken out by snipers. Do you think that was a good move or a bad move? It's not. See, I always want to ask my viewers a question. I want to hear my viewers, their thoughts and hear their opinions. But lately, I haven't got much of that because I want to hear from them as well. Not just hear myself talk here. I want to hear from my viewers. You know, kind of get their feedback. But of course, nobody has the balls. So it's all right. You want to be quiet? It's fine. Stay quiet. No, ask a question. No problem. But Elijah Dickin shot and killed a mass shooter, 22 years old, and carried a gun lawfully, concealed carry. This right under the Second Amendment, which is protected, and they'll probably investigate as well. They'll probably investigate the shooting that took out the gunman that tried to kill the mom and her 2 kids. That'll probably be investigated as well. But I think it's a bad time for BLM, Black Lives Matter, to protest on a criminal that tried to kill the mom and 2 kids. See, it's their agenda, big time. Now, if they're a criminal, it shouldn't matter your skin color. It's your character that comes into question. Pretty much. Character will be called into question, not your skin color, your character. And I don't usually get any, feedback on stuff that I'm talking about, because in which I like to really hear from my viewers and people who watch these videos, because I want to hear from them as well. Hear their opinion. I mean, do you agree? If you agree, it's fine too. If you don't agree, it's also fine as well. But I still want to hear from you guys because I want to hear your feedback. You can do it in the comment section, you know, to hear your feedback, you know. And because I think what's wrong in this world is there's a failure to communicate. There's a big failure into communicating. But there's no saying of a movie called Luke. What we have here, the failure to communicate. That means no dialogue, no conversation. Nobody has the balls to actually wanting to talk. Nobody has the balls to actually say anything. Because either one, they got nothing to say, or two, they do, but ain't got the balls to say it. That's how I see it. Alright folks, this is good old Grandmaster on here, and this has been the Anonymous Republic Network. If you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and always be healthy, well, and wise. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed.